Hi, guys. My name is Sarah Kelly, and I will be your professor for this wonderful fall 2025 semester. This is our English C1000 class. You might see this class referred to as English 101 or freshman composition in other places. But there's been a new name change, but it's all the same class, it's the same credit. And it is your required composition course for transfer and your general education requirements. So I'm very, very excited to be joining you along on this journey. There are a couple of things I wanted to go over with you on the web page itself, and then also some things that you should know about this class in particular. So first and foremost, this class is an online English C1000 class, like I said. So all of the content that you'll be expected to complete and work on for this course is going to be online and accessible to you through Canvas. So if you're here watching this video, you've made it. So now I'm going to go ahead and walk you through a couple of the things that you should do in the first week or first few days of the course or the semester. So first off, this is what your landing page will look like. You will see on your dashboard. I'll go ahead and go to. I think it'll be getting a little funky if I go to my dashboard. So I'll just leave you here. But on your dashboard over here, you'll be able to see all the tiles or all the different Canvas shelves for the courses that you're enrolled in for this semester. So when you click on our course, this is where you'll land. There are a couple of ways to jump into the actual content of the class. You can either click the modules button in the middle here, or you can click it up on the left-hand side. Either works. So you're going to go ahead and click on modules, and it will land right on the course information page where it says start here. So this is the first module in our course that's going to go over the introduction to the class. It's also going to have the video that I'm recording right now linked. And then it gives you some really important key terms and kind of breakdown of expectations for the class. So for instance, one of the things that you might want to be aware of is that you want to set aside about 12 hours a week per class for this course, just to make sure that you have plenty of time to get all of the reading and the assignments done without feeling stressed or overwhelmed. So as you're planning your schedule, making your class arrangements and work arrangements, kind of keep that in mind so you don't feel overwhelmed later on. The other thing that I think is really, really important that I wanted to highlight, there's one of those English 101s, I missed one. So that's going to be C1000 when you see this, when you click on it in person. But the important thing that I want to make sure that we highlight is that this course, the C1000, is paired with an English 66 lab. So what that means is that there is a lab portion that's required with physical attendance. So you will need to come onto campus twice a week on Mondays from 1:35 until 3. And we have a physical classroom that we meet in, which is D109. It's the first floor of Dunlap Hall. And I'll be sure to send out a separate email with instructions how to get there if you haven't been on campus before. It's really important to recognize that these two classes are attached. You have to attend the 66 lab in order to remain enrolled in the English C1000 course. And that's not necessarily something that is a bad thing. In fact, it's an excellent opportunity to meet with myself. You don't have the same amount of time that you would spend in class for an English 101. Normally, you're going to spend about 2 hours a day or 4 hours for the week in an English 101 class. So this way, we're just meeting with you for about 3 hours for the whole week. And you still have access to the instructor and an embedded tutor as well. So the English 66 lab is a separate class. It is a pass, no pass class, meaning that you don't receive a letter grade for it, and it does not affect your transfer GPA. So it's really a no lose situation to stick with the class and attend those labs. That way you get feedback and help, and it will ensure you have the best chance of passing the class. So if you have any questions about the English 66 lab, please don't hesitate to ask. After you've taken some time to read through this web page with the welcome, and I apologize, like I said, it'll say C1000 when you check it next. You can move through the other pages in this module that give you the instructor contact information, our syllabi, and general policies. So this is really just a kind of overview of the most important aspects of the course. You do not need to go through each and every single one of these and study them. It's just knowledge that you can access and you should know where it is later on down the line if you need it. So for instance, if you check out our syllabus, this is also a page that you can visit, or you can visit a version of it on the main uh, menu that you see on the left-hand side. But you can check a lot of different places to see similar material. That way it's really easy for you to find when you're looking for it. So our syllabus is going to contain all of the detailed information for our course, including the due dates or our late policy, our academic honesty policy, my office hours, all that good stuff is going to be on the syllabus. So take a look at that when you have an opportunity. And the last thing I wanted to touch on is the structure for the modules. So each of our modules is going to include an introduction, the lectures and assignments for the week. So you'll be able to see those things up top. And then the rest of the module is going to be composed of the actual assignments themselves. And the last thing you'll see is the summary. So this week, I've only opened week 1 just to give you plenty of time to look through it. I will open module 2 on Friday, so you'll be able to get started early on next week if you'd like to do that. But this week, there's a few assignments, pretty easy stuff to get us started. There's a syllabus quiz and a discussion board that you have to participate in the online format in order to meet the attendance requirements. So be sure that you participate in those. I've set the due date for Wednesday. So it's actually giving you 2 chances to attend the English 66 class before that first assignment's due. I think it works really well, and it should give you guys a lot of opportunity to ask questions. You'll see that the other 2 assignments are not required to demonstrate attendance. They're still worth points. In fact, they're worth a good amount of points. But these are things that you have until Sunday to complete. So that's when the 24th is. I've also included the link to our very first essay assignment, which is not due for a few weeks, but the activities we're working on now are going to scaffold or kind of lead into that essay. So you want to be able to look at that. If you have any trouble accessing anything at any point, if something doesn't go to where you think it should, or names don't seem to be matching up, or a date is missing, please don't hesitate to reach out. I've been known to throw a couple of extra credit points to students who notify me, especially within the first day or so, that they notice something's a little funky with a lecture or an assignment or a link or anything like that. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over. You have the first course information page that you want to take a look at, or the different pages on that module, and then you can jump right into the activities for this week. Our first meeting, so I'll go ahead and go over to our syllabus page because it's there as well. Our first meeting in person, like I said, is going to be this Monday. So it will be Monday, the 18th. Hopefully shortly after you've watched this, or maybe you've come and then watched the video later. But we will meet on Monday at 1:35 in D109. And I can actually show you, if you're sticking around towards the end of the video, I'll show you really quickly how to get there. So if you go to sac.edu, and then you can put in a map, it will take you to our page of maps and the SAC campus. And this is probably what I will email to you directly as well, so you'll have that handy. But if I can zoom in, there we go. So the main parking lot most students park in is going to be 6, 7, and 8. So those are the main student parking lots. 9 if you really feel like taking a trek. Or 11 is the other parking structure if you have classes in what's called the I building or the village. So, excuse me. Our class is the D building. So it's this Dunlap Hall that's right next to the parking lot 6. It's also next to what we call the amphitheater, which is a big outdoor space that you'll see recessed or kind of sunk into the ground. I will send this directly to you so you can peruse it at your leisure, but that is where we will be meeting. The room number, once again, is going to be D109. So that's the first floor, and you'll see the numbers marked on the outside. If you need anything in the meantime, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm very excited to meet you all and to work with you over the next 16 weeks. So I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.